A lot of us hit this strange point after 40 where we can still look fit, still train hard, still feel strong in normal life, and yet on the mat we gas out far faster than we think we should. A hard scramble happens, the pace jumps, someone forces a few ugly reactions, and suddenly the tank feels empty. This is what confuses people, because the problem is not always that we're unfit. Very often the real problem is that being generally fit is not the same as being efficient enough for jiu-jitsu. In this video, I want to show you why that happens, why grappling can start to feel disproportionately exhausting after 40, even when we're still in decent shape, and what we can actually do about it. I'm Hadrian, a jiu-jitsu black belt, coach, and former competitor, and this is Invincible Jiu-Jitsu, where we talk about how to roll stronger for longer without needing to train like maniacs. Now, the first thing to understand is that general fitness is not the same as mat efficiency under pressure. You can be fit enough for the gym, fit enough for a run, fit enough for hard conditioning, and still gas out in jiu-jitsu because jiu-jitsu punishes waste. It punishes bad breathing, unnecessary tension, poor pacing, bad reactions, and sloppy movement. And as we get older, the cost of that waste goes up. When we were younger, a lot of us could get away with it. We could muscle through bad movement, scramble out of bad, dumb positions, hold too much tension, breathe like lunatics, and still the engine was big enough to cover the leak. Over 40, that leak gets harder to ignore. The same bad habits cost more. The same panic costs more. The same inefficient scramble costs much more. This is where people get confused. They think the answer is just more cardio. Sometimes, maybe that's true. But very often, what we need is not just a bigger engine. We need a cleaner engine. We need to stop burning fuel like a goddamn Sherman tank. Because what makes older grapplers gas out is often not just effort. It's the wrong kind of effort. Effort layered on top of tension. Effort layered on top of poor breathing. Effort layered on top of bad decisions and late reactions. That is what cooks you. Think about two grapplers with similar fitness. One stays organized, he settles quickly, he breathes well under pressure, he knows how to stop thrashing. The other guy is fit too, but he's constantly clenching, gripping too hard, reacting too late, and trying to win every exchange with force. Those two men will not experience the round the same way. One feels efficient, the other feels suffocated. And that is one of the hidden realities of training after 40. We don't just lose capacity, we lose our margin for error. And so what is actually driving all of this? First, unnecessary tension. A lot of older grapplers carry more tension than they realize. Shoulders up, jaw tight, hands death gripping, neck overworking. That tension feels like effort, but it is incredibly expensive. It burns energy, makes your breathing worse, and it turns every exchange into hard work. Second, our breathing often falls apart when the pace rises. Under pressure, most people default to chaos. The breathing gets faster, higher, and more panicked. Then the body feels more distressed, and we respond by breathing even more frantically. That spiral is a huge part of what people mean when they say, "I just suddenly gassed." Third, jiu-jitsu has a hidden tax, and that is the late reaction tax. Bad positions, late defensive movements, explosive bridges at the wrong time, desperate scrambles, trying to undo mistakes with athleticism. This is where a lot of energy disappears. Especially over 40, the problem is not that we moved, it's that we were forced to move in a sloppy, expensive way. And that leads to the bigger point. Position and pacing matter more now than they used to. When we were younger, or when we are younger, we can live in chaos and survive. Over 40, chaos starts charging interest. So if your game still depends on emergency reactions and athletic recoveries, yes, you're going to feel like your cardio has vanished, even if on paper you're still fit. That's why this is not about becoming soft. It's about becoming cleaner. Cleaner in how we move, cleaner in how we breathe, cleaner in how we distribute effort, cleaner in how we recover the little spaces inside the round. Because recovery is not just something that happens after training, or it shouldn't be something that happens after training. It happens during training. It happens after the scramble. It happens in top position. It happens in one proper exhale. In the moment you stop fighting everything and start making the other guy carry more of the cost. That's also why body weight, connection, and pressure matter so much, especially as we get older. If you can impose your weight intelligently, make him carry you, keep him working while you stay organized, now the exchange changes. Now you're not just expressing fitness, you are managing the energy economy of the round. Guys, if you want a bunch more quick cues like this, grab my Roll Forever cheat sheet. It's a free checklist with 7 simple cues designed to help grapplers waste less energy, recover faster, and protect their body on the mat. If you're struggling with the kinds of things I'm talking about in this video, you're going to get a lot of use out of the cheat sheet. The link is in the description below. So what do we actually do with all of this? First, stop using general fitness as the only yardstick. You've got to ask better questions. How efficient am I when someone makes me uncomfortable? How well do I breathe when the pace spikes? How much tension am I carrying? How often am I paying for bad decisions with expensive reactions? Second, we've got to treat relaxation as a skill. It's not laziness, it's a skill. The ability to stay switched on without overcooking everything. 3, we've got to improve our breathing under load, not just in a quiet room when we're sitting comfortably. During movement, during pressure, between exchanges, the older grappler who seems weirdly composed is usually the one who knows how to come down regulate without mentally checking out. 4th, we've got to build a game that reduces chaos instead of feeding it. Better posture, better timing, better connection, better top pressure, fewer wild exits, less ego-driven movement, more intelligence. And that's the real point here. A lot of grapplers over 40 are not discovering that they're unfit. They are discovering that jiu-jitsu is exposing inefficiency that youth used to hide. And that is trainable. If you've been wondering why you can still feel fit in the real world, but weirdly exhausted on the mat, this might be why. It's usually not just age, and it's not always just a conditioning problem. More often, it is the hidden cost of tension, chaos, bad breathing, poor pacing, and wasted movement. So the quick version is this. If you're gassing out faster than you think you should, even though you're still fit, the answer is usually not just more conditioning. It's better efficiency, less waste, better breathing, better pacing, better positional choices, and a game that asks less from you in chaos while forcing the other guy to carry more of the cost. Guys, if this hits home, make sure you grab the Roll Forever cheat sheet that links below, and then go ahead and watch this video next, where I talk about the hidden cost of wild scrambles in jiu-jitsu, why they are costing you so much after 40, and how you can bypass the scramble tax almost entirely. I'll see you there.